Right now, more than 330 journalists are sitting in prison cells around the world, not for crimes, but for doing their jobs, the stories they told. This is not a spike, this is a pattern. For the fifth straight year, global journalists jailing have crossed 300, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. And while 2025 saw a slight dip from last year's record high, the numbers remain dangerously high. Almost half of these journalists haven't even been sentenced. Many have been waiting for years, some for more than 5 years, without a verdict. That's a direct violation of international law. And for those who are sentenced, the reality is even darker. Nearly 3 out of 4 face 5 years or more behind bars. Some are serving life sentences. The world's biggest jailer of journalists remains China, holding at least 50 reporters. Myanmar and Israel follow closely, each responsible for roughly 9% of all jailed journalists globally. Together, just 10 countries account for nearly 75% of imprisoned journalists worldwide. So, what's driving this repression? In nearly 60% of cases, journalists are charged under anti state laws, terrorism, extremism, espionage, or accepting foreign funds. These laws are broad by design, making journalism itself a criminal offense. And the beat most likely to land a journalist in prison is politics, more than reporting war, corruption investigation, or human coverage. But prison isn't just confinement, it's punishment. In one third of all cases, journalists report mistreatment behind bars. That includes torture, beating, solitary confinement, denial of medical care, and psychological abuse. The highest number of torture allegations come from Iran, Israel, and Egypt. One former prisoner described these jails as a cemetery of the living. Some journalists emerge with permanent injuries, others don't emerge at all, and this is limited to authoritarian states alone. Countries that claim democratic credentials, including Georgia, Israel, Guatemala, and even the United States, also appears in CPJ's 2025 prison census. This matters because when journalists are silenced, corruption thrives, abuse of power goes unchecked, and societies lose their early sense. As CPJ CEO Jody Ginsburg puts it, persecuting journalists doesn't just silence them, it puts all of us at risk. There is one note of hope. In 2025, 116 journalists were released, thanks to sustained legal pressure, international advocacy, and solidarity campaigns. CPJ also expanded support for imprisoned and newly freed journalists, providing legal aid, medical care, and trauma support. But releases alone don't solve the crisis. As long as journalism is treated as a threat rather than a public good, these numbers will keep rising year after year. Because this isn't just a press freedom issue, it's a democracy issue. And silence in moments like this is not an option.